Change is inevitable. It's like the one constant. I'm not asking you to love change, but you are going to have to embrace it. Change is coming whether you like it or not. When I think of the subject of change, I think of Dr. Seuss. Any Dr. Seuss fans in the house? All right, when I put my kids to bed, I'll read them oftentimes a Dr. Seuss story. And I have one that I really love, and it's called The Zacks. I've read this to them so many times, and frankly, I think they like it, but I know I like it. I read it over and over, and I've read it so many times. I told my wife, I think I could actually quote the Zacks by heart. I think I've memorized it. And so today I'm going to attempt to quote the Zacks by heart. Now, in order to hold myself accountable and to have you believe me that I'm doing this by heart, I will quote the Zacks blindfolded. Don't try this at home. Blindfolded poetry is dangerous. Now, this is some David Blaine type stuff I'm gonna attempt. Now, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do my best with the Zacks. I'm not gonna get it perfect, more than likely. I'll probably mess up a few words. If I mess up a few words, please don't correct me. If I get stuck, I'll ask for help, all right? I'll ask for help. Now, but if I pause, just leave me alone. And let me try to get it, because I wanna see if I can get it by myself, but I want you to get this. This is really good. And I step away from the edge of the stage because I can't see. Are you ready? Oh yeah, by the way, the pictures should be behind me. Are they there? All right, here we go. The Zacks by Dr. Seuss. Copyright 1961. One day, making tracks in the prairie of Prax, came a north-going Zacks and a south-going Zacks. And it happened that both of them came to a place where they bumped. There they stood, foot to foot, face to face. Look here now, the north-going Zacks said, I say, you're blocking my path. You're right in my way. I'm the north-going Zacks and I always go north. So get out of my way now and let me go forth. Who's in whose way? Said the south-going Zacks. I always go south making south-going tracks. So you're in my way, and I ask you to move and let me go south on my south-going groove. Then the north-going Zacks puffed his chest out with pride. I never, he said, take a step to one side. And I'll prove to you that I won't change my ways if I have to keep standing here 59 days. I'll prove to you, said the south-going Zacks, that I can stand here in the prairie of Prax for 59 years. For I live by a rule that I learned as a boy back in south-going school. Never budge, that's my rule. Never budge in the least. Not an inch to the west, not an inch to the east. I'll stand here not budging. I can and I will if it makes me and you and the whole world stand still. Well, of course the world didn't stand still. The world grew. And in a couple of years, a new highway came through. And they built it right over those two stubborn Zacks and left them there standing unbudged in their tracks. I feel relieved, honestly. That's why my kids have a hard time falling asleep at night. My wife's like, I'll take over bedtime duties. I love the story because it really does speak to human nature. I mean, there's all sorts of application in the story, whether it's relating to pride or stubbornness or whatever, but I think it's tremendously applicable to think about the resistance or the belief that you can resist or avoid change. At some point, the highway's coming over your head. And frankly, if Dr. Seuss kept writing and he wrote a sequel, the Zacks were getting knocked off their spot because they're going to bring the road right through you. And the laws of physics tell us two objects cannot occupy the same space at the same time. Progress is coming, change is coming, and so you can decide what sort of relationship you want to have with it. You can make it an enemy, you can make it a friend, it can make you mad, or you can make a change. What are you going to do with change?